YOLO, my fellow human beings, and welcome to episode 106 of The Best Blessed Life. I'm your best host, Kristen, and today's topic it's the year 3 finale, guys. I can't believe it. I think I'm going to be weepy all day. But the topic is, it's not just cake, but angel for dessert. Before we get started, I want to thank you all for watching. Please continue to watch, comment, share, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and please pass them on to anyone you think they would help. With that being said, this is our list of things to do today. So we have our daily inspirations. We're going to talk about life, books, and pink. Too bad I didn't put that in the pink section. And then we're making angel food cake. And I've never really made angel food cake. I attempted before and messed up big time. But I hope I have everything set for today. I'm going to go over the recipe with you in just a few minutes. I don't know why I feel so tall today. But I'm going to go over the daily inspirations first, starting with about the 10th of August, I think. You might have heard a couple of these before. But anyway, for the 10th, gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. Henry Ward Beecher. The 11th, a good leader takes a little more than his share of the blame and a little less than his share of the credit. Arnold H. Glasgow. The 12th, if you have one true friend, you have more than your share. Thomas Fuller. The 13th, the greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him his own. Benjamin Disraeli. For the 14th, this font is horrible. All who joy would win must share it. Happiness was born a twin. Lord Byron. Truth is a deep kindness that teaches us to be content in our everyday life and share with the people the same kindness. Khalil Gibran. For the 16th, the fellowship of true friends who can hear you out, share your joys, help carry out your burdens, and correctly counsel you is priceless. Ezra Taft Benson. The 17th, live your life from your heart, share from your heart, and your story will touch and heal people's souls. Melody Beatty. For the 18th, it's a constant, continuous world we live in, and every day you see things that just knock you out if you pay attention. Robert Irwin. That's one of my favorites. For the 19th, this is another one of my favorites. My children are my life. They're so spectacular. Lara Logan. And me. The 20th, the night sky, seen from a deserted foothold where no man-made light shines, is more spectacular than any giant cinema screen could ever display. Steve Backshall, and it's free. The 21st, expect to make mistakes when you try new and different approaches. Sometimes colossal failures lead to spectacular successes. Harvey Mackay. And then I had I needed a little health break. So from the 26th and the 27th, and then I think I take another break. So this is the 28th. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. APJ Abdul Kalam. And then the 29th, outstanding people have one thing in common, an absolute sense of mission. Zig Ziglar. The 30th, here is the test to find whether your mission on earth is finished. If you're alive, it isn't. That's another one. Richard Bach. And for today, the 31st, and a happy birthday to my cousin Mariah, a small body of determined spirits, fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission, can alter the course of history. Mahatma Gandhi. Wise words. Okay, so we're going to attempt this. Oh, I got to read you the recipe first. Okay, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my camera today, but I got it lined up this way, and now I feel like I'm too short this way. So if I'm off camera, I apologize in advance. So this is supposedly called the best homemade angel food cake. And it's 1 1/4 cups of cake flour. And I use the substitution of, if you have 1 cup of flour, you take out 2 tablespoons of that flour and put in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So I did that substitution. And then 1/2 cup of sugar, and I always use that Merino sugar now. 1 1/2 cups or 12 egg whites. But I just bought the liquid egg whites. I couldn't justify cracking open 12 eggs unless I could figure out what I was doing with the yolks. And then 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/4 teaspoons cream of tartar, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon almond extract, 1 1/3 cups sugar. Yes, it's on there twice. The directions will explain this. So you sift together the cake flour and the 1/2 cup of sugar 4 times. So I've already done that, and it's in my bowl. And then in a large metal bowl, we're combining the egg whites, the salt, the tartar, the vanilla, and the almond extract. Beat well with whisk attachment until soft peaks form. Okay, got that so far? This is where I kind of boo-booed. So y'all got to scream at me. I know you can't really, but it's this. Then you add, oh no, this part's fine. It's the next part I mess up. 1 1/3 cup of sugar in at 4 times. So what that means is I want 4 pours of sugar from that 1 1/3 cup. So they want you to do 1/4 of it, blend it. Okay. But do not scrape the sides of the bowl. And then and then we're going to stop using the mixer at that point, and hopefully I will remember to do that. And again, we're going to do the flour mixture 4 times, so broken up into quarters. And then keep turning the bowl while you're folding. This is my fancy metal spoon because I don't know why, but I don't own a metal spoon, so I'm using my spaghetti spoon. And I figure it's metal. Plus, it also has holes in it, so maybe it'll keep the light fluffiness of the. Did you like that? The light fluffiness of the mixture. Okay, and then you're going to pour that into an ungreased tube pan, which I have sitting over there. And then, again, don't scrape. Kind of dig in and use the metal spoon, they say. So I don't know why it says pour. Anywho. And then it says cut batter, kind of with the metal spatula before. And I put a question mark because I think this is what she means. It's to cut it so that there's a little bit of aeration, I guess. I don't know if it's fluffy. I don't understand that process, but we'll find out. Bake in a preheated 375 oven for 30 to 35 minutes, and then we get to cool it upside down. I guess it's like a blizzard. It won't fall out if you do it right. One could hope anyway. All right, so this is the pan. I'm going to fix this camera on the break here because it's driving me nuts. Okay, so this is a pan. This is a tube pan. And you can turn it upside down because it's got these things like that. So, although mine is not in the greatest shape and I'm a little concerned about leakage, but I think if it's fluffy enough, it shouldn't leak out. She says. She says. Okay, so this is my 1 1/2 cups of egg whites. Or if you have an abundant supply of eggs and know what to do with your egg yellows, as I like to call them, maybe you could do that. All right. I guess the yolks from these eggs had to go somewhere, right? Okay. So, first we start by beating the egg whites, the salt, So I have the salt and the cream of tartar in here, and then the vanilla and the almond extract in here. Okay. And then we're going to whiskey this guy. Not with liquor, but with a whisk. All right. And this machine I got, I'm just so happy with. I'm just having the best time. It actually has a whisk setting, if I can remember where it is. Okay, so we're going to go to whisking. And I think I used the whipped cream one. And it's nice because it just starts it out slow. And it's a timed thing. I'm able to talk over most of it, I believe. So we'll see what happens. But the next step is to add this 1 1/3 cups of sugar. But you see how nice and slow it starts out? And it comes to a good soft peak pretty quickly. I kind of let it go over a little bit. I don't know if I was supposed to. But I don't know. I just like to, I'm a rebel. What can I tell you? Okay. Oh, so the 2 books we're going to talk about, because Magnus and I have gotten through 2 books, and we're on a 3rd book since Snowflower and the Secret Fan, which I'm a secret fan of. The next one I told you about was this guy here, which is When Tomorrow Speaks to Me. I know it has a price tag on it, but I did not pay for it. It was in one of those free libraries. And then the other one I got was Enchanting Lily. And I started folding pages. I didn't do it with this one, but I started folding pages that were pretty important, relevant to the stories. Both tearjerkers. I don't know. Maybe that's my frame of mind, but like I already feel no, not quite yet. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about life and how it's been kicking my butt. But let me tell you, first of all, let's talk about the fact that I'm cordless. Haha. And then let's also talk about the fact that I went to see. I can't get my apron off. Oh, darn it. Oh my gosh. Let me just tell you. I couldn't have been a bigger fan before. I didn't think. But holy shimoly. Can this lady put on a show? Beautiful. Beautiful show. She's funny. She makes you laugh. She makes you cry uncontrollably. Got her daughter Willow help sing. I can't think of the song. Sunshine. I can't think of the words. That's horrible. All right, it's almost done, really. I don't know if I've overdone it by this point, but I probably have. All right. So, the sugar. It's going to drive me crazy. I can't think of the song. Cover Me in Sunshine. I knew it started with the C. Okay, so now we get to add this in 4 increments. Now, I kind of wish I would have measured it out in 4 increments, so I did it a little bit more evenly. But this little beautiful plastic chute I have helps a little bit. Get most of it in there. Now, this is the section where we are not, oh, I need to slow it down. Oh, this is where I had to slow it down, I think. I think I'm supposed to slow it down. Maybe I'm not. I just wanted to get that mixed. Okay, then we're going to pause that. I'll get back to the concert in a second. I want to get this in here. This is ad number 2. Resume. It's so hard to not scrape down the sides of the bowl. I feel like a little kid going, because Mom told me not to. This is what I want to do. Okay, so this is ad number 3. Again, I still didn't split it, even relatively close. So, that almond extract. Oh, I wasn't done. I'm like, I wasn't done. Okay. Oh no, I want whipped. Okay. Here's the only problem with it now, because I was on a program before. This is the one thing I do not like. No. It's hard to remember how to get. No. Out of here. No. Oh my goodness gracious. If it's not, yeah, so you can't. See, but when it stops, it doesn't go all the way out. That's what I don't understand. All right, give me a minute, guys. Oh, I can't. Oh, it is the pause is right there. Oh, goodness gracious, good. Yes, hold on a second. Let me put you on pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. Ugh. I got to figure this, I got to read the directions again. All the rules and regulations have escaped me on how to do it. All right. All right, and then we're going to hit stop. See, this is where I don't know, because now it's stuck in manual mode, and I don't remember how to get out of that mode. But we don't need it anymore, because we're folding in our flour mixture. Ha ha. She remembers now. It's almost like we made like a marshmallow. I don't know if you guys remember. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys remember us making marshmallows. Mine's more of a stiff peak. I don't know. It's more satisfying. I feel like if I don't use stiff peaks, then I'm leaving it half finished, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to bring this project over here by you. And make sure this isn't getting too hot. Okay. So, check that out. Isn't that beautiful? I love my new mixer. Okay, so now we're going to divide the flour up into 4 little divvy. I don't like doing it too heavy though, so I'm trying to figure out a good way. I'm trying to remember how much stuff is in here. So it was a cup and a quarter of cake flour, and then a half a cup. So that's almost 2 cups. So we can divide it into like halves. I just want to kind of, keep it equally dispersed so we're not deflating it any, because part of it is just making sure we're keeping that lightness. So I just want to evenly distribute it like that, right? And then I'm going to take my magic wand here. I'm trying to be on camera. I didn't fix it. I forgot. And then just stir and turn. This is what she says. Stir and turn. Make sure to... Yes, I did it. Okay. I'm guessing we're supposed to make sure till it's well blended before we add the next... Taking the measuring cups with me. Before we add the next... Because part of the reason I think we don't worry too much about the how the bowl is made, and how not the bowl, but the pan we're cooking it in is made, because it's so light and fluffy, it won't like leak. If that makes any sense. Okay, next round. Okay. And sprinkle, keeping it light. Trying not to plop all the flour in one place. I want it to be as floofy as possible, you know? I would say already that it could have had a little bit more of almond extract, in my opinion. Because if I remember angel food cakes that I've had in the past, they're pretty amaretto forward. And that's what I think of when I smell almond extract or, marzipan. I think that's the almond flour one or the almond paste one. Okay. Still pretty fluffy. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this off camera so we're not spending all of our last episode of the season, you guys. So this was a recommendation from my oldest. Thank you so much. This is a good challenge for me because, I don't know, I panic about the way it cooks up because of the way the pan is made, and I don't want it leaking all over my oven. All right, guys, I'm going to put you on pause, and hopefully maybe I can fix the camera too while I'm at it. Wish me luck. All right, guys, I'm back. We're only 21 minutes in, minus like the 5 minutes or so it took me to get the rest of this in here. But, I mean, it's still pretty thick. So I hope that's a good sign. I don't know how pouring it would go because it said pour into ungreased tube pan. I did want to show you my great Goodwill find that I was going to use for this. And I might just do an experiment with it if I have a little left on the spoon. But, sorry, I'm off camera for it. The only problem is that it's a, what do you call it? Non-stick. And I didn't clean it very well. But it's this really cool pan. So you'd have like each individual thing and they would just break apart. And they'd be like square-ish shape, maybe with, no corners on it. I don't know. I find the most fun things at Goodwill. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of, because I don't want to pour it. I think it should be, I don't know, kind of plopped in here. I'm just worried, guys. I'm kind of worried. I'm going to try and get it as close to the tube without getting it down inside there. That would be the other thing if I poured it. It would just go into the tube, knowing my luck. So you see what I'm doing here. I'm going to pause you again just because you don't need to watch me do this for however long it's going to take. I'll just tell you when I'm done. How's that? All right. So don't go away. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I got it all in there. I haven't even picked it up yet. You know what I was going to do is oh yeah, much better. The other thing I did was I put too much on one side. I'm trying to even it out as I'm standing here, but I don't want to mess it up either. I mean, quite a bit higher on one side than the other. But what I was going to do, excuse me for the view. Of course, I don't find the right box. That isn't it either. When you know. It's the last place to look. Okay. So I just want to put this on the shelf below. So I'm not interfering too much with the actual contact with the pan to the shelf. And also, I'm not cleaning up. I mean, my oven is a mess, but I'm not cleaning up almost marshmallow-like, drippings. So hopefully that will save me some aggravation. All right, guys. Oh, it's so light. Okay, so she's in there. She's going to be in there for at least 30 minutes. That'll give us time to chitty chat and talk about music a little bit, books a little bit, and life. And how they all kind of intertwine, really. But I have been to quite a few pretty excellent concerts in my lifetime, including one called Face to Face, which basically was just Billy Joel and Elton John and dueling pianos, and Billy would start playing a song and Elton would join in, and then vice versa, and it was just an amazing concert, and I just thought I would never see anything like it again. Well, last June, we went and we saw Billy Joel at Notre Dame Stadium, so two of our favorite things combined. So, and then I was mind blown by, great musicians there too. Granted, no Elton John, Sir Elton John, but still wonderful, some of them very local musicians. So then I was mind blown by that, and I'm like, oh, can't get any better. And then I got pink tickets for Christmas. And Peyton and I went to this concert. And I can tell you it is an emotional roller coaster of just nonstop happiness tears, sadness tears, happiness tears, sadness tears. Just a lot. You get out of there and you're just wrung out. So I don't know how this woman does this. Quite a bit of nights in a row, in different venues, pretty much every night. And I'm just mind blown by what she exudes to her audience. And it's something, yes, I've seen them all smile, and I've seen them all tell jokes, or hear them tell jokes, I guess, and sing, of course. But this woman comes out with this ginormous smile on her face, and she's just like from ear to ear. I've never seen a smile so amazing, like coming from a performer to an audience after having performed across the pond, if you will, and then coming here and doing quite a bit of performing before we saw her. The energy level was through the roof, and it just kept going. Pat Benatar opened. She and her husband, I would keep calling him Neil, just rocked the house, just old school time, and it was amazing. That brought back a lot of memories of Pat Benatar songs I just love, and she looks awesome. Her hair's gorgeous. Anyway, and then Pink comes out, and the first thing she's doing is, of course, flying or hanging or whatever it is she's doing. I don't know. She does like 3 or 4 different times where she's kind of either. One, she's kind of doing some aerial stuff in one of those, not like a trapeze, but more like a rope, where she's kind of got it around her arms. And then, of course, she's flying at the end. I was so worried that she wasn't going to do it because we're getting to the very last song. And she comes out. I'm like, to Peyton, she's got the hardest on. She's got the hardest on. I was just so excited. It was one of the best concerts ever, and I would see her again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Okay, so got that accomplished, and you saw my really cool T-shirt, and the dates of the concerts are on the back. But I want to talk a little bit about each of these books kind of quickly. This one is nonfiction. It's based on a real Irish medium who predicted a lot of things, even a lot of deaths, predicted a lot of deaths of really close friends and family members, and just the way her marriage plays out in the book is really interesting and not one I would have expected. And then like the people in her life that come and go, and how she really notices it, and when she's connected with someone, how she, if she hasn't even talked to the person, somewhere down the line, she might get a premonition about them just out of the blue, So those kinds of things really caught me off guard. I never thought about that kind of, interrupting your life. She talks about when she walked around as a kid that all she saw were, a mixture of alive people and dead people, and how she had to smartly kind of rationalize how the the dead people were dressed differently, in the times that they died. So the connection was really great, and listening to how she makes connections with people just randomly. And then it became a pretty famous medium over yonder in Ireland. And then actually she lived in England for a very, very long time after she was born, and her father. I don't want to give too much away. If you can find it, it might be a really hard book to find. But again, the rules of this little book club that Magnus and I are in, where I do all the reading and he does all the listening, is I have to find the book either at the free, the little loan libraries that people either have in front of their houses or businesses, or my library sometimes puts free books in the front entryway. So this was one of the ones from the, one of the loan libraries from somebody's yard, and things that caught my attention. I'm going to read you the little blurb. Into the quaint town of Fairport on Shelter Island comes Lily Byrne, a young widow who is not so much running from the old, but rather edging towards something new. In the peaceful Pacific Northwest, she hides from the world in her new vintage clothing boutique. But Lily knows that solitude can't sustain her forever. Something's got to give, and it does, with the unexpected arrival of an exuberant little cat. As she searches for the cat's true home, Lily embarks on a journey of healing and renewal that opens up a whole new world. It's true, too. The premise is kind of interesting. I do believe her husband, he's already dead in the beginning of the book. So they're kind of do some flashbacks about how he died and how she's handling it. And I do believe they already start on a road trip. So I think she's already at the beginning of the book, left home and was on to, she was on that mission of finding, when she stopped her car and saw a place that was just going to be it, so it starts out as a flashback, but there's a couple parts that I thought were kind of interesting. Now, I marked the pages, but I didn't mark the words. And of course, maybe I'll look for these when I take my breaks real quick. I mean, I wouldn't want to stand here in front of you and go, oh, where's that one I said? But I marked quite a few on this one. It had a lot of good insight and kind of helping me with deciphering life right now, because I feel as though it's kind of kicking my butt. It's, one of those moods or modes or phases or whatever that I need to hear some good news, it's not unlike me to just continue forward with this and go about as normal, but because of all these hits, I've kind of, taken a hit health-wise. And so deciphering what I need to do next and how I need to take care of myself next is kind of my my thought process. I just realized I forgot to make the marks in the top. But I don't have a solid top. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt myself. But remember, we were supposed to put slits with a metal spatula. I don't know why I can't just use a knife, but I think it's already got enough things in it. I don't want to touch it, to be honest. It'd probably backfire on me. This is where I got to saying, I'm starting to second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth guess myself. Because I'll go, oh yeah, I can do that. And then I'll be like, no, wait. Let's think about this. Can you really do it? And then I'm overthinking it to the point of scaring myself. So yeah, great way to end season 3 by talking about, getting back on track, and even if I'm taking a hit, that I can still get up and I can still keep going. So the new challenges, I'm definitely keeping sentimental journal. I'm definitely keeping some form of stretching or challenge to get us up to move. I know we had that movement, but I want something more sustainable, something more maybe structured, but not like if you miss a day, that's the end of the world type deal. But somewhere in between there is going to be a challenge that keeps your brain focused on the exercise that you're doing so that they're both getting that mind over matter over mind kind of deal. They should be strengthening each other and making each other more secure. So that's where the disconnect is. I feel like getting back out there and giving my body the last bit of fresh air. I do actually like the cooler temperatures, so I'm kind of looking for exercise anyway. Not for just sitting outside, but if I'm layered, I'm comfortable, I can be happy, especially if the sun is shining. So getting towards those, kind of fall months is more my speed. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I think something to do with the self-care, not just the exercise, but also, realizing still that if you don't pay yourself first, you're giving something on an IOU that who knows that you'll ever be able to, give it back to yourself, if that makes any sense. So that's for year 4. I think what I'm going to do, since I'm a week late with the finale, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take maybe a week to 2 weeks break. We'll see how I'm feeling. And then we'll get right back at it, and we're going to come up with some new and interesting things to do. I'm looking into getting a new camera so that I can do more mobile things, because right now all I have is a camera that's attached to my laptop. Can't really go anywhere. So I want to invest in something not just for the mobile aspect of it, but just for a clearer and nicer picture that, I don't have to worry about making sure it's straight and all that good stuff. So I think that's the future going forward. I still want to keep, advancing my baking skills. I know I got away from, I just thought about that. I got away from dinner a little bit. But I think that's what I'm going to open season 4, or year 4 is what I like to call it, is with a nice dinner dessert combo. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have some thoughts in mind. You know how I like to create things. So we will go from there. But I'm going to put you guys on pause. I'm going to get myself a little coffee, put my feet up for a few minutes. We got about 15 minutes left yet, and I will come back and hopefully we'll be able to. Oh, we got to turn it upside down. It doesn't say how long for, or if I have to worry if it's going to pour out, or if I look at it, when do I add the extra 5 minutes? Because she doesn't say stick a toothpick in it. So I'm going to play it by ear, but I do want to turn the light on. Oh, I can't see. I can't see it. It's a cake. All right, guys, I'll be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Maybe get a drink. Maybe something to munch on while you're watching. I'll be back. Hey guys, we're back. I added an additional 2 minutes. So it did say the recipe could go 30 to 35 minutes. I kind of split the difference and I'm doing 32. I think it's done. I remember angel food cake being a little darker. This one's kind of on the light side. Also, it's so fluffy. I don't want to overcook it so that it starts, kind of doing that. And I know I got to get it upside down pretty quickly, I think. So, yeah. So things that I've learned about life in the last couple weeks were to try to slow down. appreciate what is going on around you, right? I realize baking is a really great teacher for measuring and cooking and interacting. And so I've been doing that a lot with the kids I babysit with because I love them so much. And then just having the people enjoy what I make is even more rewarding, even more than making it, which is an accomplishment sometimes in and of itself for me. To look at this as a task kind of felt a little overwhelming, but I knew I could do it. It wasn't that it was hard, because I don't mind a challenge. In fact, I crave them most of the time. But and I think that's part of my charm. Anyway, so we got 6 seconds here. Oh, I should have got eyes. I don't know. All right, shush. She's beautiful, and once I take her out, I'm pretty sure I have to. I don't know, she's a little jiggly, but the top. Oh, I'm gonna make a break for it. I guess I'll know if I went. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. I don't know. I just see some. I'm so paranoid about messing it up. And now that I think about it too, instead of using my plastic cutting board, because those things are the little legs, if you will, that they stand on are metal. So I don't know what to do to my countertop. But yeah, so I know it's hard to think of like being patient and going through it when all the stuff that you're kind of dealing with at the moment in time is kind of, I don't know, kicking your ass, teaching you a lesson. I don't know, a little bit of both maybe, just kind of making you evaluate your situation, hopefully, and maybe coming out the other side just a little bit stronger, or I don't know, relieved, or finding some sort of peace. So that's kind of what I hope for you guys, as I end year 3. I was going to make a little bit of icing, but maybe I'll wait to do that, and I'll show it. If you follow me on Instagram, it's at The Best Blessed Life. And if you follow me on Facebook, it's at Kristin, Kristin, Hass, Hass. Please pass it along. Please pass my videos along to people you think that they would help or inspire or something. I don't know. I think I got some pretty decent ideas sometimes. Sometimes it's a complete disaster. But I try. And then I guess that's what I want everybody to do, is just, give it your best shot. What's gonna happen? So they tell you no? Believe me. You're for. Okay. I'm gonna say it's gotta be done. I'm still nervous about it though. I feel like the top is just gonna fall right off. Alright, so we're gotta cool it upside down. Fuck, that's hot. Excuse my language. Boy, that's hot. That's part of my charm, though. My potty mouth. Oh, I don't have this one up all the way either. Let me see if I can use my knife to get it propped up there. Come on. Get up. Oh, are you kidding me? Isn't it? Yeah, it's wide enough. I'm like, isn't it? Are you kidding me? Let's try a spoon. Gotta get up that hill. There we go. Okay. Now, what I thought I would do in this last little bit, yeah, I think I might see why you do the things with the top just fell off. So I'm going to use a little bit of icing, hopefully. as glue. I don't know if I was supposed to. Oh, maybe the whole thing came out. No, there's still some on here. Okay. Well, we'll fix that. Right? Okay, so what I want to put it in is a measuring cup because it'll just be nicer to just drizzle it from the pour. And I can measure my... So it's a cup of confectioners or powdered sugar. Where I come from, we call it powdered sugar. And then it's like 2 tablespoons of milk or whatever. Like if you're making lemon, you use, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. If you're, I was trying to think of flavoring I would add to this, but right now I can't think of anything. So I'm just going to use milk. Let's see. I got my magpie here up from his nap. He almost didn't want to get up. I was surprised. Okay. I don't know, again, how long I'm supposed to let this cool. But besides the vanilla and the milk, I was trying to think of something I could add to it. And I was thinking cinnamon sugar, but then I'm like, I don't know. As it is, I'm trying to figure out how much vanilla to add. When you do frostings and things, I feel like when you add vanilla, you get the more alcohol-y aspect of it for some reason, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of milk. And mine's not going to be pretty, I'm going to say, but hopefully it'll taste good. Let me get a paper towel to dry this out with, too. It's the end where I mess up all the time that gets me in trouble. Actually, that'll be the bottom, so it doesn't really... What am I doing? Wow, okay, slow down. See? Gotta be patient. Take your time. I had to wipe out the... Never mind. Okay. So there's 1. Whoa! I think that's 2. Probably a little more than 2. We can always add a little bit more powdered sugar, too. What do you guys call it? Where are you from? Do you say confectioners? I think I've always called it powdered sugar. I could be wrong. Sorry for the noise. I really, really, really want to know how long I'm supposed to let this cool, because I wanted to try it. I could probably try. Oop, that part fell out. Oh, I see. Maybe I'm okay. Oh, at least it's all out. It might be in sections, but I see her point to the crisscrossing. You must go all the way to the bottom. She doesn't really get, it says cut through batter with metal spatula. So I'm assuming she wanted to make some sort of ventilation lines or something. So that could have backfired on me. I just assumed the way I put my batter, I got why she did it. Because the way I put my batter in was all spooned in, so it was all in individual little, spoonfuls, and crossing the spatula or knife through the batter would help connect those. You like all my hand gestures? Okay, guys. Well, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try a little piece, and I'm just going to take it off the side here and the bottom so that nobody knows. I don't want anybody to know I had a sample. Oh, wow. All right, I get the hint of almond. I would like there to be a little bit stronger almond flavor. The 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, I'm not really sure what that did, if anything. but it probably subdued the almond for me a little bit. So I would say either negate the vanilla or add more, excuse me, almond flavor. One of those choices would be great. I'm trying to find a whisk so I can whisk it. And it's all just, I don't know if y'all can see it. It's all just falling out. I might have to do some whatchamacallit, reconstructive surgery. I want to take the sides off, but I'm scared. Okay, come on. You can do this. Is it coming out? Now, why do they have you not? Yeah, no, I'm not happy. It kind of deflated a lot. And turning it upside, golly, I'm kind of upset. Okay, it'll probably taste great. I mean, it did taste, what do you mean probably? I tasted it already. All right, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to show you it all decorated later on today when I post the video that it's out. And I think that's just about it. I want to show you it all decorated after it's done. So this is it, guys. The end of year 3. I know it's not some big pomp and circumstance, but I did that the first couple years and it seemed to backfire on me. So I played it low key. I think we did okay. I think there's some tweaking to do. I always do. Or I tweaked it in process, like not marking my dough or whatever. But I'm just so grateful to have you all as maybe a little, followers that maybe get me. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Because I babble. I tend to babble, and a lot of times I don't even remember what I say. But I do appreciate you guys. I love you all so much, and I do appreciate the support more than you'll ever possibly know. And with that, I end year 3 the way I end every episode. I want you to have a good day. Go do great things. Be your best self. And please live your best blessed life. Thanks for watching. Bye.